Hey everybody, it's J.Renee, and I am so excited to welcome you to the first introductory episode of the I Want It All podcast. Real conversations about life, business, faith, and not just wanting it all, but the audacity to actually go for it all. Everybody give it up! Woo! I am your host, J.Renee. Many of you, I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you probably know of me, you follow me. If you don't know me, baby, it's okay. You're about to get to know me in this episode. And of course, I have to introduce my co-host for today. I wanted this first episode to be about you guys really getting to know me and setting the stage and setting the tone for what's to come with this podcast. And what better way to introduce me than by having one of my bestest friends in the entire world.
You're welcome.
Oh my God.
You're welcome.
Jesus help me. Like, we tried this once before and
It did not go
Evan
well.
wore me out, but everybody give it up for Evan. Honor him. Give him praise. It's quiet in here, by the way. What's going on, Evan?
What's up?
I'm super excited to do this. Like I said, and just in full transparency, I'm going to say this because a lot of times when people have visions and they have ideas, they get discouraged when they try it the first time and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time coming to do this podcast. So obviously, first of all, I have a full-blown podcast studio in my office. Never did anything with it. I mean, I had
You get the walls painted.
Yeah. No, I did like the whole design wall.
Oh, okay.
The wood wall. I did chair, and this was like a few years ago when I first started. When did we move into the office? Yeah, that was 5 years ago.
And it was called what?
It was called The Rich Auntie.
Yeah.
Originally, it was called The Rich
I remember
Auntie.
that one.
It was actually called The Rich Auntie because that's something that people would call me.
Yeah.
And for a long time, I really, really, really hated that. I hated the idea. You laughing. You think it's funny? Like,
I watched you. It seems like you embraced that.
I did. And
Yeah.
that's literally why. So by the time you met me, I was embracing it.
Okay.
But people started calling me the rich auntie in my early 20s. And at this time, a lot of my friends started getting married. They started having babies.
Yeah.
And I was grinding. I was in like career mode. And as things were starting to take off for me and all their kids were
Kidding.
they started calling me the rich auntie. And at first I used to really, really hate it because I was secretly struggling with the way my life was going at that time.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy to not be married. I wasn't happy to not have children. I wasn't happy with this idea that I was going to be the person showing up at family reunions in a fur coat in 15 years. But here I am. Showing up at family reunions in fur coats, But so it was called the Rich Auntie because I wanted to encourage people to embrace life no matter how it's going for you. Both of us can attest to things just not going the way that we planned.
Absolutely.
First of all, if you would have told me that I was going to be pushing late 30s, single, not married, no children, and fine, and still single, I would have been like, you are crazy. First of all, did I say I'm fine?
You are.
I'm fun. I'm funny. I'm smart. I have profound business acumen. And I got the Holy Ghost.
Okay. I was waiting on that one. I was waiting on that.
And I got the real Holy Ghost. Like, not the fake one. I got the real one. So, like, me? I mean, unfortunately, though, all of those things, being those things, they don't guarantee life going your way.
That is so true.
And it's been a humbling thing for me. But in the midst of all that, I made the decision that even if life wasn't going my way, even outside of just relationally, but I've experienced loss. I lost my dad when I was 17. My best friend was killed in a car accident a few months after that, my freshman year in college. Wow. I've been through heartbreak. I've been through financial loss, business struggles, resetting, starting my life over multiple times,
Here we are again.
But, I've been through all of those things. And even in the midst of those setbacks, disappointments, I still want it all.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed what I want. you know, and it hasn't changed my belief in what I can have. So let's talk about that, because that's where we landed at with the I Want It All podcast. It's not just the audacity to want it all, but actually go for it all. And so many of us have been, especially as believers, because we're believers, just in case you didn't know. How?
It's going to be a lot of that. Just let you know, it's going to be a lot of that.
Balance, though, because it can flip.
It really can, quickly.
But
I'm about to flip it.
So many of us have been taught, though, that we're supposed to be content.
Yeah.
But subconsciously not realizing that idea of contentment, it kind of dances on safety.
Settling,
safety,
Yeah.
and a lack of faith.
Absolutely.
You know, limiting what we believe that we can have. And, you know, I'm from a small town. I'm from Clarksville, Tennessee. Shout out to Tennessee. But I don't know anybody that's done the things I've done. I don't know anybody in my family that's accomplished the things I've accomplished. Like, I have literally just set my sights on things and decided to go for them. So I wanted this to be a safe space. And this is going to be a safe space where we have conversations about that, like navigating those hard things of life.
Because they happen to us all.
They happen.
Back to back, to back, to back.
Moment of silence. But not allowing, and this is something that I've learned, to not allow disappointment to shape what I believe I can have.
That's really good. Because
disappointment can crush you.
It can.
It can crush your faith. It can crush your audacity.
Momentum. It
can crush your ambition. And we've been through enough to just step back and be like, I don't even want to do it anymore. And trust me,
and would be justified.
And we would be justified.
Wholeheartedly justified.
You know, and I've honestly said it a few times. Y'all, I'll be honest. So you guys know, and we're about to talk about this, but you guys know that I am in the midst of a major transition. I recently announced that I'm closing my business, Boutique J.Renee. And I had thought about another career because I just wanted to disappear.
A truck driver.
Y'all,
this woman, furs and all, was saying, I'm going to go get my CDL.
I literally...
CDL?
I wanted to disappear. I just wanted to disappear.
Mind you, there's nothing wrong with the CDL.
It's nothing. And
Black women are taking over trucking, and I love to see it.
And knowing
but
me,
not you.
I probably would have been driving a truck, and then I probably would have started a trucking company.
Can you drive a stick shift?
You don't have to be able to drive a stick shift.
You know 18 wheelers are stick shifts.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Yeah. They are.
I've never been in one.
There you go.
But I be following people on TikTok that look like...
You got the little beard in the back.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I could do that. Like, you know, I set up a little iPad, watch Netflix, you know.
A home away from home.
Exactly. I'm like, I could just get away from the world, you know. But I say that it's funny now. But I was honestly really crushed by the fact that none of my friends...
Not a single friend supported you.
None of my friends supported me. Like,
well, look where we are now.
But that just tells you, I share that as an honest moment because, you know, sometimes disappointment and pain and hurt can crush you.
Yeah.
You know, and it could just, I present well, so a lot of times people they would have no idea that I'm dealing with the stuff that I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
But I've just learned how to, number one, safe spaces.
Yes, they matter.
So I love the fact me and Evan have a very unique relationship.
It's very codependent.
It's more him depending on me. This ninja will text me at 6 o'clock in the morning. He'll text me at 6 o'clock in the morning, like, wake up, why haven't you texted me yet? He'll check my location and be like, dang, you still in the gym? What Prince making you do?
That's kind of embarrassing when you say it out loud with cameras here.
He's really nuts, guys. But I love the fact that we have created a space where we can literally say anything to each other, whether it's good or bad, whether it's crazy,
indifferent,
unhinged,
confusing,
morbid.
Actually, sometimes wrong. Some of the stuff you said has not been okay. And vice versa, though. Benefit of a safe space. Loud and wrong.
This is my podcast.
Okay,
I'm not going to be wrong on my podcast. I'll be wrong on your podcast, but you on my couch right now, okay? But I love the fact that I believe that we confide in each other, knowing that we're only going to let each other go so far. Like, I'll allow you to say how you feel, but after a certain point, I'm going to let you get it out, but then I'm going to remind you who you are, what you believe, why you do what you do, what's inside of you, you know. But, and it's so funny because we always give each other a few days. Like, Evan, if I tell Evan something crazy, he's going to be like, thanks for sharing that with me.
Vulnerability is important. And sometimes you have to thank your friends for their vulnerability.
Yeah, he does.
It's how you disarm people.
Yeah, so he's like, thank you for sharing that with me. And then a few days later, he'll be like, okay, Jay, that's enough of that.
A little crazy.
You know, so it works for us. And let me go ahead and dispel this myth. I don't even know what camera to look at. There's absolutely no romantic behavior with me and Evan. None.
Or is it?
None whatsoever. Evan is like my annoying little brother that's attached to me at my hip. But you're older than me.
Yeah, about
But
a month.
I'm like
15 days, actually.
I'm the big sister.
Okay.
In this relationship. But anyways.
So this podcast is going to be a safe place. What else is it?
Number one, it's a safe place. Number two, we listen and we don't judge. I be judging Evan sometimes.
That's why I froze. So I was like, which camera do I look at?
We don't judge. I do judge Evan sometimes because y'all, Evan, woo. Evan is a
As you can see, I'm going to be her favorite co-host. So when the rest of them pop in, like, yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how this ends. It's going better this time. We had a trial run and woo.
It wasn't just us, but woo.
Evan, but to be fair, I also had the flu that day. But again, I say that to say, sometimes you just got to try again.
That's it.
You just got to try again.
Try again.
And so, so we're here. Number one, it's a safe space. Number two, we listen and we don't judge. I'm somebody who's not easily offended. And I pray that the people who are watching, I'm not. I pray that the people who are watching, I don't want you guys to be easily offended either, because we're going to have.
That is true.
We're going to have real conversations. And don't DM me telling me I'm going to hell.
And don't comment on the bottom of the YouTube. And say
don't do that.
Don't leave it there.
I block people.
And her mom is going to see this.
Yeah, but I block people. I don't know what camera to look at, but I like to block people. Ooh, my block list is like.
I'm a guy, I don't block people.
Yeah, so we listen and we don't judge. And lastly, though, I want you to watch this and be open.
Yeah.
Be open to new ideas. Be open to, I'm of the belief system that I can learn anything from anybody.
Yep.
And so I try to constantly be open and be permeable. That's a good word.
It's an SAT word.
I took the ACT though. But I try to be permeable and always just be in a space where I can listen, I can learn, and grow. Yeah. Because that's what we're here to do.
That is it.
We're here to grow, but we're also here to laugh.
And we're going to laugh a lot.
We're going to laugh. One thing I truly believe in is balance.
Yeah.
I remember I said that to somebody, and this is somebody that I had dated for like 5 minutes years ago. And he was like, that's the problem with people. You think you need balance and you need more Jesus. I was like, okay. Like, but I really truly, I believe in balance.
How much Jesus do we need?
And I
can I go to dinner?
You can go to dinner. You can watch whatever. But I'm a firm believer in just balance.
Absolutely.
As a PK, I had the typical PK life. I grew up like church. And in my adult life, I had to take my own journey. I believe we both did.
Yeah, we did.
Well, I know we did. Evan's still journeying. Back to Jesus.
They think I'm a backslider.
He is a backslider. Look.
I have just learned balance.
Evan fell down and never got back up. I got back up, y'all. Y'all watched me get up in real time.
We did. We watched it last year.
Yeah, no, it wasn't last year. I got up before
the preaching, the
I got up.
leading prayer, and all that stuff.
I got up before that.
But you started posting it end of last year.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
But I had been got up.
Okay, that's okay.
I had started going back to church 3 years prior.
Okay.
We'll talk
about that later.
But either way, this is the honest journey of how things go.
Yeah.
I'm somebody, again, I was a PK. I was in church all my life. I was on staff at church, and then I found myself in a place where I wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I just totally disconnected from, the pandemic was probably the best and worst thing that happened to a lot of us. Because that was just kind of you know, the
Like,
easy
whoa,
breakaway.
I can look at life
but
again.
I've journeyed to a place where I was able to find God for myself outside of church.
Yeah.
Figure out what I believe, what my personal convictions are, whether they're controversial, whether you believe it or you don't believe it,
Yeah.
whether somebody else has told me that or not, and just figure out what life looks like for me with my relationship.
Yeah. I
And
applaud
so in this season of my life, I spent so much of my time over the years presenting myself as I thought I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Presenting myself as polished businesswoman and, you know, all of these things because that's the world I grew up in. I grew up in a very image conscious world. And I got to a place where I was like, no, when I journeyed back, my agreement with God was, I'm not going to do this if I can't be myself.
And I think that's fair. Like, I think that certain sectors of what we believe will tell you that you can't, I don't want to say reason with God, but you can't ask him questions.
Right.
Or ask him why. Or say things like, I would like to show up as my full self.
Right.
I don't want to leave half of me in the car and bring half of me in here.
Right. And, you know, that reminds me of a conversation that I had with one of my mentors. Well, he's my pastor, former pastor, but still very much a mentor to me, Bishop Walker, Joseph Walker in Nashville. And prior to me preaching my first sermon, we had a conversation, and he was like, I need to have this conversation with you before you do this. And he said, don't put down any of who you are to pick up the preacher.
Yep.
He said, this season is not about putting down anything else. This season is about culmination. He said, this is where if somebody calls you to show up, you show up as the influencer, the fashionista, the entrepreneur, all of the things that you are, show up as all of that. And that was probably the best piece of advice I could have been given for this season.
Absolutely.
This is a space where I'm showing up fully as me, and I don't care how it's received. I'm not going to say I don't care, but I don't believe in worrying about the opinions of people that I'm not called to. I got over that a long time ago. I'm not for everybody, and I'm not trying to be.
Yeah.
You know, so if I rub you the wrong way, I'm probably not for you.
Fair. Yeah.
But I know that the people that I'm called to need me to show up fully as me. You need to know that I'm a good time.
I almost echoed it. Good time. Because DJ J.Renee, she probably will not show up in this podcast.
Pew, 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 pew.
It's a good time.
That's my alter ego.
Yes.
But I'm a good time. I laugh. I like to have fun. You know, I've been through real life. Yeah. You know, I'm not just some cute Instagram girl that sold clothes. Like I've been through it with these ninjas. You know, I've been through the things that you've been through, but guess what?
I want to add one. You're actually one of the smartest women I've ever known.
Thank you.
I know, don't do too much. But I remember the first time I was sitting in the car with you and you were kind of going through some stuff numbers-wise with the boutique. And you were just like computing these numbers in your head and you're spitting this stuff out. And I said, wow, I said, she's actually smart. Not that I didn't know that you were smart, but it was like seeing that in motion, like seeing somebody in their element where they said, you know what, this is where I've locked in, I've built. And it's kind of like, wow, you really mastered that. So kudos to you.
Well, kudos to you. I feel like that's one of the biggest compliments you can give somebody.
Yeah, kudos
that
to you.
and telling me that I smell good.
Okay.
Do you smell me today?
I do.
I smell good, don't I?
White diamond.
You wish. Your girlfriend wear white diamond.
Well, this is the perfect time to segue. So you shared a little bit more about your journey, your experience, but to the person who's watching this for the first time because somebody shared this podcast with them, who would you say J.Renee is today? How would you introduce yourself to this woman, this young man, this family that's kind of sitting around watching this on YouTube in their living room?
I'm the baddest.
I'm surprised you didn't say Your Highness.
Oh, who is J.Renee? J.Renee is a woman. J.Renee is an author, an entrepreneur, a speaker. J.Renee is a daughter, a friend, a godmommy, an auntie. I'm a lot of things, but holistically, I am a woman who wants it all. I think that could really sum up my life. So I've been a full-time entrepreneur my entire adult life. I started in college hustling on the campus of the Tennessee State University.
It's a high school.
It's some boy, watch your mouth. This is my podcast, so I don't care what university you attended, or what elementary school, or
there'll be no TSU slander.
What community college you attended in Alabama. There will be no Tennessee State University slander on this podcast. As I am honored to be one of the top 40 under 40 alumni.
I love that.
Okay, but so I started hustling on the campus of Tennessee State University, doing hair, and that evolved into me doing hair and makeup. I had a great career in the beauty industry, and God was like, shift.
Yep.
And so in 2017, I actually started my online store in 2014. And on another episode, we're really going to dig into this because Boutique J.Renee, which is what most people know me for now, was actually a vision that I had when I was 16 years old. And I literally still, at my office, I'm going to have to bring it for the episode that we talk about this. I still have the business plan I wrote when I was 16. I keep it in the office, at my office down the street.
A business plan.
I wrote the business plan.
That's it.
I'm smart. I was.
Yeah.
Like, I wrote my first business plan when I was 12. But that was a whole nother thing. But so I wrote this business plan when I was 16. And I took it to my parents, and you would think parents would be like impressed, like, oh yeah. My parents were like, that's cute, go to college. Just tossed it. Did you finish your homework? You know? And so I kept it. And that just goes to show, I wrote that when I was 16. God showed me that when I was 16. I didn't actually give birth to it till I was 24. And then it didn't really take off until I think we crossed over the million at 2021. So I was 31.
Crossed over the what?
Our first million.
There it is.
Yeah. We hit our first $1 million year when I was 31. So it was 15 years from the vision to
coming to pass.
You know, and I always encourage people to keep it before you. You know, I did a lot of different stuff before I actually got to the store. Like I worked at Mac. I was a musician.
She plays the organ.
I play the organ.
She actually can still play
Fun
it.
fact, I play the organ. That's like the only real job I ever had. I was on staff in my church for years. I played the organ in church from like 15 into my 20s. Fun fact. Yes, I am a girl that's pretty and a musician. People are always shocked by that. Like, I know our girl musicians supposed to be ugly. So I did that. I also worked at Old Navy. That was the funnest job to quit.
Quit?
Oh, I have a good quitting story about Old Navy. But I literally was like, I don't need you. You need me. Drop the mic. Like, I came in and I gave the manager, I was like, this is my letter of resignation. And she said, oh, this is your 2-week notice. I said, no, it's effective today.
Today.
And walked out. I was scheduled to be at work at 2:00, and I showed up at work at 2:00 and said, good riddance, Becky.
Okay. Let's go past that.
Yeah, but anyway, so I worked at Old Navy. What else did I do?
You were an image consultant, right?
So my first business called Phase 1 Image Consulting. I did personal styling, personal shopping, head-to-toe makeovers. I say all this to say it was a lot to get me here.
Yeah.
And as a visionary, I pride myself in being multifaceted. And this is something that we're going to talk about in this season, but just understanding when it's time to shift.
Yeah.
And that's always been my superpower.
Yeah.
When God tells me to move, I move. Nobody understands it. Most of the time, people think I'm crazy. But when he tells me to pivot, I pivot, which brings us to what's currently happening right now. I am in the midst of the biggest pivot of my life. I am closing my store now in a matter of weeks. Boutique J.Renee, after 12 years, thousands and thousands of customers, multi-million-dollar revenue sustained, 5 continents, and I'm walking away.
Yeah.
You know, and I know a lot of people are asking why. And I can honestly say, when I first made the decision, I did not know why. And the decision was made in a moment where I was tired. I was exhausted. And in the moment, it felt like it was just me, just like, I can't do anymore. Like, I just need to give out. But I was sharing with you that my mind recently has gone back to, I'll never forget, it was maybe August, September of 2024. I was sitting in my mom's kitchen in Savannah, and I broke down crying, and I told my mom, I realized I do not like my life. I don't like the way it feels.
Yeah.
I don't like what I've created.
Been there.
There are things.
Say that again. I don't like what I've created.
I don't like what I've created because I created this.
Yeah.
There are so many things, and this is why I'm so passionate about teaching and training entrepreneurs, because there's so much that I know now as a business owner that I didn't know from the beginning.
Yeah.
And when I was building my company, initially I wasn't building it with the infrastructure of, you know, a multi-million-dollar company that eventually I'd be able to grow and sell. I wasn't thinking nothing about it. It was a side business. I started in my one-bedroom apartment, and there were things that I wish I had done differently from the beginning, which is why I teach what I teach.
Yeah.
And as I rebuild, when I rebuild, and I come back and run it up again.
I love it.
Because I'm going to run it up again, because y'all trust and believe.
Not going nowhere.
I'm not going nowhere. You know, I'm not going nowhere. But as I build it up again, you know, I know that I can do things so much different this time. But at that moment, I was like, I feel stuck.
Yeah.
I want to change my life, and I feel stuck. I have a business. I have so much overhead. I had just bought my dream house, and I was not happy. I don't think I was ever happy the whole time I was in the house. And my house is gorgeous.
Beautiful. Very nice.
Yeah, but I had remodeled, done all this stuff, and I was unhappy. And I cried, and I told my mom, I don't like this. And I remember going to bed that night and crying my eyes out, and I told God, I want out. I don't know how. I feel stuck, but I want out. And God was like, buckle up, buttercup. I heard you. You know, and you know, it just goes to show.
And the ride began then.
It did. It literally began then.
It did.
And I said, you know, I remember feeling like I don't have any options. I remember feeling like, you know, I want to make changes. I want things to be different. I want my company to be different. I want my life. I want everything to be different. And I felt like I was stuck. And God was like, no, you're never stuck. You're never out of options. This might hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, but you're not out of options. And that began a journey from October of 2024 to now of a complete and total life shift for me. And even when it began, I never thought nothing about closing my business.
Yeah.
That never crossed my mind. And when I made the decision, most people do not know, well, nobody really knows this outside of the people that were very close to me. I had made the decision that, okay, number one, I realized I don't want to be in this house anymore. A couple of weeks later, I had made the decision to close my business, and I didn't tell anybody, but I immediately went into like a state of immense grief.
It's like a baby, 12 years.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's like my baby. And I couldn't tell anybody because I wasn't ready to talk about it. And a couple of weeks after I made the decision to close my business, I was in a relationship at the time, and the relationship ended. I mean, it's not funny. It's not funny.
We call them experiments.
Yeah. It was an experiment.
I hope he doesn't see that.
I don't care. But it didn't go well. But I was in a relationship that ended suddenly, and I was extremely hurt. And it wasn't like I saw it coming. It was like, it came out of nowhere, ghosted, never talked to the man again. Yeah. And 2 weeks after that, or actually a week after we broke up, my grandma died.
Passed, yeah.
And it was just like, I felt like the life had left my body. I can't explain the amount of grief and just mourning and how hard it was for me to process that. And that's actually
that part.
How I ended up writing this book. Shameless plug, my latest book.
No shame at all.
No shame at all.
You earned that one.
Because I did. I started writing this book, but I finished it. This was not a plan for me at all. But this was really a passion project that I started writing in the midst of the hardest season of my life, where I was like, God, I don't want to do, like, I feel like I can't do any of this anymore. And I started writing this book as the book that I needed. Yeah. As an entrepreneur that was in the thick of the fight, Like, I need encouragement.
it. Yep.
I need hope. I need, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to pray. But God, I need help, And
Help me.
I began writing this as a reminder to myself and as a reminder to entrepreneurs everywhere that if he said it, he's going to do it. And if he called you to it, he's giving you everything that you need to sustain it. You were built for this and you can make it through. So, yes, available at allthingsjrenee.com. But,
And I'm so glad you brought that up because one of the things that I watched in this season with you having a front row seat is that I've seen someone pull from the well within. Like that book came
even when
from
I felt like it was nothing in there.
The book came from within.
Yeah.
The masterclass came from within. The rewrite of the other book, all that stuff came from within when you had a moment to say, you know what? It may seem like it's unfavorable right now. All I have to do is look inside. So I'm proud of you.
Thank
and
you.
this is going to be good right here. This is it. This is.
Yeah. And one thing about me, this is probably the best and the worst thing about me, but shout out to my parents. I'm not good at quitting things. Like, I could be at the lowest of low. I could be crying my eyes out. I could be texting Evan, being like, I hate my life. I'm done with this. I want to just be over with, and be laying in the bed with my laptop and text
Next
Evan.
thing I know, it's a book. I got a book done.
Literally.
I'm like,
it's just like something
I thought
in
we
me.
were crying.
I did. I finished this.
Tears in the heart.
I finished this as I was crying. But it's just like something in me that does not stop.
Yeah.
Because I realized nobody's coming to get me.
That's
Nobody's gonna come to get me. As many times as I've been down enough to know nobody's coming to get me.
I know you hate when I say it, but you're one of the most resilient people I've ever met. You could teach a master class on resilience.
I'm going to.
You need to. Yeah.
But that was actually the next book that I was gonna write. I was gonna write a book on resilience.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean,
it's one of those things that we all need to unlock because when life starts to happen, you need to be able to pull from within and get back up.
Yeah. And I am 100%. I'm not somebody who's in the place that I'm in because I'm lucky, because I had a silver spoon in my mouth,
Work for this.
because anybody put me on, because I had a famous boyfriend that paid for everything. I am literally a product. I wish I did, though.
That's not what they said, but okay.
If anybody wants to sponsor me. But I'm literally the product of just getting back up.
Yeah.
Getting back up, getting back up, getting back up. And still, no matter what, no matter how many times I've been disappointed, no matter how many times I've been discouraged, going for it all. And you know what? Everything I've ever said I wanted to do, I've done. It may not have worked the first time. It may not have worked the second time.
Third, fourth, fifth.
It may have kind of worked the fourth time and then it fell apart. And I was like, you know what? Let me try it again another way.
Yeah.
And I'm not ashamed to be a person that's continued to try.
That's it.
I still want it all. I'm still going for it all.
Well, you know what? We've talked a lot, and there's so much more to come this season. Let's take a pause on the deep stuff, the tough stuff. Let's have some fun.
Okay.
Let me embarrass you.
Okay.
Because I know you.
I guess we'll end this with Evan embarrassing me.
The beautiful thing, I know we laugh about podcasts. It's like everybody who has mic equipment now is just giving bad advice.
Yeah. And I know you guys are probably like, oh my gosh, another podcast.
Another podcast. Because I said it too.
Another podcast. But I'm what you've been waiting on, baby.
I know that's right. Say it again.
I'm what the streets have been waiting on. Pick that up, Shade Room. No, please don't put me on the Shade Room.
Please. You've actually been on there with no?
I've been on there like advertising, but I don't want to be on Shade Room. It's okay.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Speed. Let's finish this.
All right, I'm gonna ask you something. What's the worst piece of advice you've ever given somebody?
Send that text, baby. Send it. Go ahead. Let them have it. Yes, send it.
And why is that the worst advice you've ever given someone?
Because
and not because when they give it to you, you don't listen.
I can be honest. Evan says I'm a crash out.
Certified crash out.
I'm one of those people that, I'm going to send the text. I'm going to say it. I'm going to everything. And you know what? Something actually recently happened. I crashed out. I crashed out a little bad,
A lot of
emotions,
bad.
Cramps.
Okay, blame that.
Evan was like, when is this over? But I had to go back and apologize because I can't be a crash out. I'm not perfect. Everybody has to have a flaw. I guess that's mine.
Okay.
One,
that's good.
I'm a crash out.
Okay.
Sometime. But not in a bad way. I'll say this. I am glad that I grew up in a household where respect, especially between male and women, was clearly defined.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's certain things that I'm never going to do. I don't call men out their name. I don't, I don't believe in low blows. I believe in healthy conflict resolution. And I'm not gonna put my hands on nobody, because if you put your hands on me, I'm gonna have to shoot you. So I'll smile in my mugshot. That sounds crazy, huh?
That did. I'm gonna.
Okay.
But I get it though.
Okay.
Okay, your turn. Do I have to answer that same question?
No. Okay. So
do not embarrass me. My mother's going to see this.
Okay, so how do you feel about splitting bills 50-50? Evan is a trick, y'all. Evan be spending that money. You know what? Speaking of me crashing out, I was at a restaurant a few weeks ago, and a situation ended up happening. This actually happened twice. It was a crazy day. But you know what? I got up and walked out the restaurant. Both times I was like, Evan will pay for it.
And I'm like,
Evan got money.
And what was the question?
I asked about the 50-50 thing.
Unpopular opinion. You have to do what works best for you.
Yes, I agree.
Because say for example, not saying that women have never been high value, but women now have opportunities that 30, 40, 50 years ago when our parents came through, women didn't have. So I got female friends who are rocket scientists. Imagine how much they make per year. Yeah. So when it comes to that, if you happen to,
literal rocket scientist.
Like literally. So it's like, if you happen to fall in love with someone who may just be in a profession that just makes more money, I don't necessarily think the 50-50 thing is appropriate or necessary.
I don't know about appropriate. Well, I personally
But
believe,
again, do what works best for your household.
Because most of us grew up in
I did as well.
If we had a mom and a dad, both of them was working and they were contributing. I don't think it's anything wrong with women contributing. Obviously, we all desire to have a provider. We all, I would love to live a soft life. However, I actually really do empathize with the plot of men in 2026 and the expectations.
Absolutely, it's hard.
Because first of all, we all live in the same economy. Third of all, or did I say it? I said second of all, first of all. Either way, we all live in the same economy. It's expensive, and we can't compare what we do now to our grandparents.
Absolutely.
Our grandparents weren't going to Dubai and
Men
Jamaica.
don't even invest in high value skills. And as a man, I can say that.
I'm glad. But life was not like that when our grandmas were sitting at home knitting. So as a woman, if I'm making good money, I'm not going to not contribute, even if it means you take care of the household and we invest my salary.
Because the contributions can be different.
It can be different, but I believe in contributing.
Okay.
So the last thing, as we wrap this up, let's talk about what the expectations. How do we navigate the expectations of being where we are? We're both of age.
Ooh. 27.
Sure.
She's got old friends.
But we're both at this space of where, we felt like society said we should have arrived.
Yep. And in a lot of ways, we kind of have.
We have, and we got it.
We really have.
Glad you said that.
But sometimes our expectations of self are so high, we don't recognize that we're operating a different capacity than sometimes
and we have
others.
Destination addiction. We're constantly
trying to
chasing
get
something
else.
And
wow, destination. Did you make that up?
Yeah, I did. I talked about that in a book.
Oh, that's really good. This book?
No, the book before that. I'm a certified author.
I see.
I've actually written 4 books. But we were talking about this earlier, just how you really have to get to a space where you accept that your journey is your journey.
Absolutely.
And understand that all these societal pressures and expectations of who you're supposed to be by what age. Every time I see these posts of all these big, huge multimillionaires, billionaires, entrepreneurs that did things late in their life, I always share
Most of them start in their 40s, their 50s.
Literally.
I'm like, here we are at 35, putting a lot of pressure on ourselves.
So much. And if we don't leave this episode with anything, I want you to know, you look at your camera, I look at my camera, you're doing okay.
You're doing a damn good job if you ask me.
And be cussing.
But also, it's okay to be 35 and make a change.
It is. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to start over.
Yes.
It's okay to pivot. It's okay to say, I don't like this. It's okay to be in a space where you don't know what's happening next. And it's also okay to dream big, believe big, even if it's something that you've never seen before. You've never seen anybody do. Sometimes you don't even know if it's possible. But I'm a witness that with God, all things are possible.
God and some hard work.
God and some hard work, because faith without works is dead.
It's dead.
He don't do nothing with lazy people. But
He really
yeah,
doesn't.
you really can have it all.
Yeah.
Everything that I've wanted, I've gone for it and I've got it. And I'm in a new space where I'm dreaming again, and I'm gonna have it all again. And I want you to know that you can have it. So thank you so much for watching. This was a great time.
This was. I really enjoyed this.
Evan did much better today, so we might have him back for our first official episode. Make sure you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, the I Want It All podcast. And yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do this again.
I want it all too, actually.
You should.
I deserve it.
You do. You do.
Look at that. You said
I
something
Want It
nice
All
to me.
podcast. See you guys soon.